The first of the judges we'd like to invite on stage is Dr. Sunita Reddy, representing HLF itself. Can I please get a big round of applause? I would now like to invite Dr. Kiranmay Pandalia from WDC. Our next honored judge is Dr. Krishna Prasad from Ankura Hospitals. Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Prabhakar from IT. Dear honored judges, please begin our ceremony on an auspicious note. Thank you so much for gracing us with your time. I'd also like to thank everyone in the audience for being here today. We understand that you've all taken the time out of your busy schedules to be with us, and some of you have traveled a great distance for this ceremony. We assure you that we really appreciate your presence, and I'd now like to hand over the mic to Mr. Prabhakar to continue our ceremonies.
Good evening, everybody. Namaste. It's good to see again all of you in a physical setup. It's, I think, the first event that we are having after the COVID pandemic. And I really appreciate, on behalf of Food for Thought Foundation, all of you for having come over. It's actually an honor for us that you have graced the occasion. And as I always say every year, when I meet with all the people whom we meet here, is your presence is actually an inspiration for us. It's an inspiration not only for us in the foundation, but inspiration for all who are actually involved in the whole cause for promoting reading. And we will see, as we sort of spend the next 45 minutes, some really inspiring stories. Before we start, I would request the power behind this India Reading Olympiad, Madhvi Sharma, to come and really share what the whole concept is about.
Good evening all. First of all, thank you very much for giving your time today. And before starting the presentation, I would just like to show you a small video. It will just take 2 minutes to understand what we are and what our mission is to go ahead. Thank you, Piyamon. Lights off. Yeah, we can start a presentation. So I'll just give a small brief about the India Reading Olympiad. So the concept which India Reading Olympiad was started in 2019. So when we started, initially as a NGO and Food for Thought Foundation, we were opening the libraries. We were meeting number of people who were doing some exceptional work in reading and in promoting reading habits. But nobody was able to understand their work, or you can say endorse them for their work. So then the idea came down, why we should not start a concept of India Reading Olympiad and help down and endorse them for their, you can say, the work. So into the first year when we started, we just received 105 nominations. And today in a span of 4 years, we have reached to 170 nominations this year. Second thing, India Reading Olympiad is also conducted in the schools. So in schools, what we do, we call it as a joy of reflection. So we give a small story to the students as per their classes, and we give them the option of language. They can write in any language they require, and just one small character. So the beginning of the year, we just had 53 schools, and we just had 2,000 students participation. This year, we have reached to 309 schools, and 16,000 students have participated in Joy of Reflection. And the most interesting part is the number of languages. In the beginning, we just had 4 languages. This year, we have taken in 8 different languages. So there is no restriction. The kid can write in any form, in any pattern he requires. So these are the total 13 categories where we have picked up the winners. They have come from different parts of India, and I thank for them from coming from different part to a Hyderabad place. And we had a very good chat today, and everybody were describing about their work. So this year we have also included one more jury, that is Special Jury Award. That is an additional category of this year. So this is the process, like how do we evaluate, what is the stages for that? So this, every year we tie up with an institute. We began with IIT Delhi, and this year we have tied up with IIM Ranchi. So the first screening and the research work is been done by IIM Ranchi, and they share us the number of nominations in each category. So after 170 in the first process which they gave to us, as per the criteria and other selections, we shortlisted 100 for the second round. So after the second round, this goes back to the internal team of Food for Thought Foundation. And then again the selection process starts. We have a certain personal interviews, we go more deeper research work to the Instagrams and other things. And then we shortlist 55, which goes to the external jury body. They are not related to Food for Thought. And then they pick up the winner who have been called today for the award. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhvi. You heard the word Olympiad. We know about Olympics. Just taking means, I want to make it a little participative. How is this Olympiad different from Olympics? Any guesses? What comes to your mind? Why is it different from an Olympics? How often does Olympics happen? This happens every year. So this is an Olympiad with a difference. The second thing is, we all come across lots and lots of awards, different categories, especially in the professional circles. You look at even in film awards, there's a Filmfare Award, there's some other award, etc. But to the best of my knowledge, I have not come across any award which actually promotes reading. And I think a big, big round of applause to India Reading Olympiad. If Madhvi has been able to sort of crystallize, action, execute this noble thought, you actually require something else to sort of propel it. And that propeller is actually Food for Thought Foundation. And I would request Shefali to come and share a few thoughts on that.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for your patience. I know we are running late, but I think the program before us was more enjoyable and more fun. I'm glad we got the stage now. Thanks for waiting up with us. I would just take a couple of minutes to tell you more about the journey of Food for Thought for last 1 year. So I'm here to present the 2022 highlights of Food for Thought Foundation. The highlight for us this year was that we added almost 25,000 new readers to our registered database. So that was a big jump for us. Continuing our learnings from the pandemic, where we started reaching out remotely and virtually to our teachers, we continued that journey, and the foundation conducted 200 workshops for the teachers. These are on all different topics which the teachers themselves request, and we facilitate that, and this helps them handle their students better. So this ranged from handling the stress of board exams to how to connect with students in a virtual classroom. So all these 200 workshops were conducted for our teachers. Guys, I don't have that memory. You'll have to flash it for me. We had the previous slide, please. I'm still there. Thank you. So we had around 10,000, 250 new libraries were added, and 10,000 storytelling sessions, 10,000 students participated in storytelling and writing competitions. So this is all that happened over 2022. And the highlight for us was when we were granted the best, most trusted and transparent NGO award by the Asian CSR Leadership in Dubai. So, moving on to give you the highlights of our journey. This is being consultants, I can't get away from my graphs and pies. So here is the 5-year, 6-year journey for you. And you can see the biggest jumps for us has been in our reader database, in the number of libraries. Proud to say that we have 587 libraries today operating in 22 states and 88 cities. So, and most importantly, we are coming closer and closer to our target of as close as we can. The target is 1 lakh registered readers. We are halfway through that journey. And with your blessings, I'm sure in the next few years, we will reach that mark as well. Next one. And this is the way forward. This is the dream. The journey is targeting in next 2 years. The COVID set us back by 2 years. And the idea is to run at a faster speed now. The idea is to continue to give us the support and motivation. You guys have been amazing mentors and supporters for the foundation. I cannot thank you all enough. Each one of you, I know personally how much you have mentored us, supported us in this journey, and on behalf of the entire team of foundation, I want to thank all of you. Please continue to bless us and wish us luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Shefali. You saw the word read, R-E-A-D. I think you just need to add why. We are all ready, and yes, we will. And I think that's the sheer presence of all of you gives us that confidence that yes, we will, yes, we can. Now let's move to the most interesting part of the evening. An evening where all of you actually look forward to, we look forward to, and not just the members of the foundation, but especially the jury members. I think this is something that we really look forward to year after year. And we have jury members who are from corporates, other institutions. some who have been associated with the India Reading Olympiad for quite some time. And every year our endeavor is to sort of get new jury members so that we get fresh perspectives. And I can tell you, having been part of the jury now for quite some time, it's a very, very challenging task for the jury. Unfortunately, we invariably have to pick up one winner, and it becomes a struggle because all are so good. The screening process that happens, they put up such nominations that it becomes very, very difficult to sort of decide which one or which one not. But to me, every person who has been nominated, and you will hear about them, is actually a winner. So big round of applause to all the people who have got nominated. For an intervention like this, you also need inspiration. It's very often that inspiration, that spark, that gets us starting to think. It's that inspiration which helps us to sort of have the confidence to translate that thought into action. And one person who has really been the inspiration for the foundation is late KVS Rao. So there's a Lifetime Achievement Award. As I said, it's an opportunity for all of us to remember him on this occasion, reflect on what he sort of set all of us on a path, and it's our honor to invite Dr. Sunita to please come. I would also like to invite Mr. Nandakumar, and the person who always prefers to be in the back, but at some time he has to come in front, Srini. So this award basically recognizes individuals or institutions who really have done some outstanding work. And it's our honor and privilege to invite Mr. R. Ramachandar, who is from Kerala. Not only a person who has interest in nature, and that's what you would see then work with Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, preserving music, but more importantly, preserving all the kritis, etc., and they are available free of cost on website. I think in today's DNA, sharing it with a larger community is a big, big service. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Please come up to the mic, sir. We'd like you to share your story with our audience so that everyone can know, And we just had one thing that we would like you to talk about, which is what inspired you to become a translator, to translate all these works?
Thanks a million to your great organization for offering me this great award. Though I did not publish books, nor do I maintain a library, you have possibly offered this award to me for my contribution online. This is extremely rare, and again thank you for taking this not usual decision. I am also especially thankful to you all because I studied in Hyderabad, St. Mary's School, and passed out of my SLC here and started reading Walter Scott's novels, borrowing from Mahbub College library when I was 14 years old, and my father was running a food for eat shop in Kingsway, Hyderabad. I am by profession a research statistician, and I retired in 2000 January. I had a feeling then that a very large number of our youngsters are migrating abroad, and their children may not know either Sanskrit or their mother tongue, and their only way of making them to know about our India is through English. They not only wanted to read them in English, but also would like to know what it all means. And I started working for them almost 7 to 8 hours a day, 22 years back. I was very suitable for this work because I was an expert in Sanskrit, Malayalam, Tamil, Hindi, and could translate Kannada and Telugu if they are available in English or Malayalam script. And I was also a good poet and a storyteller in English. So far, I have translated and published 6 versions of Ramayana, 21 minor Upanishads, 22 Vedic Suktas, 2,700 stotras, 2,200 Carnatic music kritis, which include all kritis of Tyagaraja, Bhagavad Gita in verse, Yaksha Prachna, Vyamana Shataka in Telugu, Tirukkural in Tamil, and a write-up stories of 140 Kerala temples and 142 village gods of Tamil Nadu. I also translated the entire Vikramaditya, not the Vetala stories only, but I translated the entire Vikramaditya stories. And in Hindi it is called Singhasan Battisi. In Tamil it is called Tamil Vikramadityan Periyezhuthu Kadaigal. Therefore I got both books and translated them. And I also have 1,600 general articles, etc., running to about 40,000 typed pages. I also maintain a website of children's stories, rhymes, and write-up about our great Indians, which is extremely popular for all mothers abroad who are bringing up their children. I have illustrated 100 Malayalam proverbs by stories, and these are used for teaching proverbs to their children by a school in Coimbatore. An Englishman, seeing what all I have done, inquired me whether I maintain a big office to do what I am doing. I said to him that all this were done by me alone at my home.
Could you go to here, sir?
Many admirers wanted me to publish them as books, but I refused. Had I published them as 65 books, a maximum of only 2 lakh people would have read them till now. But online, about 4 crore people have read them so far in my blog. And I also put them in several other websites like Selextel, Dutch Satya Sai Baba Association, Hindupedia, etc., to ensure they would outlive me and be available to several generations. The award given by you would make many, many more people more and more to read them. Thank you again for that. I would like to thank my small family who supported me in what I am doing, because without them I could not have done this great job.
Thank you so much, sir.
And when the list of awards that you sent me came, I wrote a poem about that. Because I am a poet, no? Hey, Sak Sangeet, the world's youngest historian, the old grandpa is very proud of you, my dear. Baby Haider, from the top of my country, your stories are making old men like me shake. Book nerds, a library in the town of Mountain Top is okay, but how do you manage one where only children come? An English book depot that sells English books is okay, even in a mountain town, but how does a family manage it? All over the world, there is a need for apne aap women worldwide, doing what you do, but how come Bengal is ruled by a lady? I do know children enjoy a train ride always, but yellow ride makes them travel even to school. The Bakul Foundation tries possibly to explore when people of different ideas come together. Ajay Kale is a teacher from Sangli, and he believes innovation of QR code helps the students. I have a friend called Sridharan from my own Kerala. He writes a Nigandu. Nigandu is a dictionary in English. His dictionary is not for understanding a particular language, but for understanding all South Indian languages if you move about. Great job he has done. I have to thank him for that. Even though I am grandpa, I do like his stories, and I do look forward to hear it from Deepa Kiran. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Veena Vajni Public School, very interesting, where children are taught to write both with left and right hands. And the winner is Mr. Ajay Kale. This is a classic case of leveraging technology. Using the power of QR codes, one would have child, and that's the reason why he's being recognized today.
क्योंकि नाम तो कुछ और ही था और काम कुछ और ही, ऐसा कुछ लग रहा था मेरे को। मैंने ऐसे ही कह दिया ठीक है, लेकिन जब बाद में मैंने थोड़ा गूगल किया तो कुछ कुछ बातें मेरे समझ में आई। लेकिन जब जैसे जैसे मेरा नॉमिनेशन आगे आगे जाता था, पहला कॉल मुझे माधवी मैम का आता था कि आपका नाम टॉप 20 में गया है, आपका नाम टॉप 5 में गया है। तो मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि मैंने तो कुछ किया नहीं, लेकिन ये आगे आगे कैसे जा रहा है। फिर जब मेरी स्कूल की ट्रिप गई थी महाराष्ट्र में, तो मैं स्कूल के बच्चों के साथ हम सिंधुदुर्ग, महाराष्ट्र का एक फेमस स्पॉट है, उस पर हम एंजॉय कर रहे थे। शी स्नान का हम लाभ उठा रहे थे और माधवी मैम का फ़ोन आया कि आप विनर हो गए, आप टॉप 1 में आ गए। तो मैंने ज़ोर ज़ोर से उधर उड़े बच्चों के साथ खेलना शुरू कर दिया। मेरे साथी टीचर को भी कुछ पता नहीं चला, क्योंकि मैं जो कुछ बता रहे होता वो उसके समझ के बाहर था। चलो कुछ तो मिला है, ऐसा करके हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो ये जर्नी रही थी। जब मेरे 2016 को जब महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट ने एक किताब निकाली थी, तो उसमें एक QR कोड दिया था और उसके बारे में मैंने थोड़ा सर्च करना शुरू किया और हमने ये जाना कि अगर हम ऐसे ही अपने टीचर का वीडियो बनाकर अगर बच्चों के किताब में ये देते तो उनको कैसा फ़ायदा मिल सकता है। इसके लिए हमने 6th स्टैंडर्ड के मैथ्स के हर लेसन के वीडियो बनाए, मैं और मेरे साथी टीचर ने, और उस वीडियो को छोटे छोटे पार्ट में बना के मैंने उस YouTube चैनल पे डाला और उसका QR कोड बनाकर उस बच्चों की किताब में पेस्ट कर दिया। जब चाहे जिधर भी चाहे 24 आवर्स मेरे टीचर बच्चों के लिए अवेलेबल कर दिए। और इसका अभी पिछले 5 से साल से अब मुझे मेरे स्कूल को ये फ़ायदा होने लगा है कि हर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्ज़ाम में मेरे स्कूल के बच्चे अब टॉप करने लगे। तो ऐसा काम करते गया और उसका अब तक मेरे चैनल को 6 लाख, टोटल इंडिया से 6 लाख लोगों ने विजिट किया है और ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी भाग्य है। थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Thank you, Ajay ji. Indeed, an inspiring story. Means picking up an idea from somewhere, realizing that I can actually make something more useful for it, and today having 6 lakh followers on his YouTube. How many people really will have 6 lakh followers? And I can assure you that he has not paid for this 6 lakh followers. These are followers who have come on their own. Big hand to Ajay. Our next category is Bookstore of the Year. And it's a very important category because today we don't see bookshops, but here there are nominees from Dehradun English Book Depot from 1923. Kumsum Books branded their entire thing. They've got 5 bookstores now in NCR. Interesting name, Once Upon a Time Bookshop. The Book Tick, Goa, again doorsteps. This is again an interesting one, Ukyo Bookstore by the children in regions like Manipur. Now you can imagine how to decide which one to give in this. That's the struggle that jury members go through. But I think what finally tilted the scales was a bookstore which is celebrating 100 years. May I request the bookstore team?
Could I please invite you to talk a lot about, in just under a minute, if you could, about your English Book Depot, about its history and what it means to you?
Thank you so much. The only story I have is very simple. In 1923, my grandfather set about to understand that books are food for thought. And look today, after 100 years, food for thought has come alive. I don't want to say more, but the only secret behind this 100-year-old bookshop is I'll disclose it today, don't tell it outside this room, that every 25 years, the bookstore has reinvented itself. 25, not 5. Like today, a lot of bookstores came in the last 10 years, they all went down. But every 25 years, this bookstore took a step. First 25 years, अंग्रेज़ों को अंग्रेज़ी की किताब पढ़ाओ. That was the direction. So from 23 till about 47, we were essentially selling books to English in their cantonments. Then came the freedom. Then started the next 25-year cycle. हिंदुस्तान में जगह जगह शहर में जाओ, अपने भाई बंधु दोस्त को ले जाओ और किताबें पहुंचाओ. So that was the second cycle for 25 years. So 33 bookshops, English Book Depot, Oxford Book Depot, British Book Depot, London Book Depot. Name doesn't go anywhere, but the story and the man behind inspiration is the same. My grandfather passed away in 1965. His 9 children took ahead the story. They married people who were in bookshops. So bookshops and bookshops family is married. And at last call, there were 39 bookstores which still exist through the turns and downturns. Then came the next 25 years. We started publishing books in English. And finally, the last 25 years, we said, okay, now let's open a cafe in the bookshop so we can get new people. And finally, as the minute of the story is finishing, the secret now, we have created a social space above the bookshop where you can read, write, and speak. And we will support that. Thank you.
I still can't believe 100 years, but he has let out the secret. Keep reinventing yourself. And from all of us here for your next 100 years, sir. Our next category is reading for pleasure. This basically recognizes not-for-profit voluntary groups which are promoting reading habits. And again, looking at innovation, how many people are participating in these events, etc. So the nominees, Apne Aap Women from Calcutta. And see where they are reaching, going into the red light areas, giving access to books. Bakul Foundation, again from Odisha. Krishan Foundation from Shillong, and you'll find a lot of entries from Northeast. Lit the Light Trust from Coimbatore, again looking at visually impaired community and visually impaired children. And Ranjit Bakshi Jan Kalyan Foundation from Himachal Pradesh. Each one wanting to make a difference. The winner, Oh, Shasta Organization, Ladakh. Again, from reading habits at Ladakh, looking at the Tibetan refugee things. And the winner is Apne Aap Women Worldwide. Unfortunately, they are not here today, I believe. So is there a video or something that we are playing? Yeah.
I'll accept on their behalf.
Yeah,
Make sure they get it.
absolutely.
Thank you all.
No coincidence, all the women are there on the stage. Thank you, Kiran. Thank you.
It's really heartening what Food for Thought Foundation has been doing year after year. Srini, Shefali, Madhavi, it's just too good in terms of the reach you've created and where the reading is kindled among young hearts and the old. I just want to, as a token of appreciation, and for what Shefali has mentioned, you added 25,000 readers in the year 2022. I would like to, a drop in the ocean, 25,000 donated to Food for Thought Foundation from me.
Thank you, Kiran. Really appreciate the gesture. And you've been a pillar of support all these years, and we look forward to that. Our next category is Best Reading Club.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry to be interrupting this meeting like this, but I think a couple of things that I wanted to say is I've been associated with this, the Olympiad, for about 4 years now, and some brilliant work that the team is doing. So a big round of applause to everybody who's involved with it. Srini, Shefali, Madhavi, all of you, wonderful work. And I remember when COVID was happening, my team from Amadeus Labs actually put together a team that was working on the nominations. So we really know how much work goes into putting these nominations forward. So kudos to all the judges and everybody that participated in this brilliant work, and all the best to all the ones who are nominated. Your nomination itself is a big thing. Winning is another, but being nominated in this forum itself is a big thing. So congratulations to all of you, and all the best to all the winners. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ribu, and thank you, Amadeus, for your continuous support. So, Best Reading Club, let's look at the nominations. Bhubaneswar Book Reading Club, getting everybody onto one platform. Dehradun again. Somebody said Dehradun. Book Nerds Club, Dehradun, 25,000 people. Nainital, ये उत्तराखंड का राजा लग रहा है. Himalayan Writing Retreat, interesting. How many of you are interested in writing? They have a retreat. We always say mood नहीं बन रहा है लिखने के लिए. Here is a place where you can go and write. Jaipur Book Club, 3,500 members online. Secret Bookshelf, very interesting name. First English language book club in Guwahati. And the winner is, any guesses? Book Nerds. And maybe you should get the youngest member of the Book Nerds also. Yeah. Can I request Mr. Meher?
Congratulations to both of you. We'd love to give you a minute so you can talk about your book club and what you believe has been the ingredient for your success.
So I wanted to talk because she doesn't let me talk at home. So she's my wife. So you would have figured it out. Okay. Dehradun rocks. Sandeep sir is in the room. Oh, he's here. Okay. So Book Nerds wouldn't have happened because if English Book Depot wasn't born. It's as simple as that. So when I was growing up, we used to go to their shop, English Book Depot, and read. And it's as simple as that. The love for reading came from there, and we started this community of readers back in 2015. And there was an interview earlier, and I said the key word was consistency. And for any what do you call, startup or any sort of initiative, the word is consistency. You need to work hard and kind of be very passionate about what you're doing. It's as simple as that, and that's what we follow. And Neha also would agree with me and everybody in this room. Congratulations. And yes, Dehradun rocks. I was the one who shouted. Sorry about that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
25,000, over to the next 25,000. Best wishes to you. We now move to the next category, inspiring storyteller. This basically looks at using storytelling to promote reading habits. The nominees: Deepa Kiran, Hyderabad. I never realized that there's a storytelling festival also. Rekha Vyas, Mumbai, using hand shows and puppets. Very interesting way to sort of connect, especially with children. Usha Chhabra from Delhi, again engaging with children and adults. And I'm sure the adults are also living the childhood. Vinay Varanasi from Bangalore, again a very interesting approach using simulations and rhythm. Vimal Mohan from Hyderabad, door-to-door storytellers. And the winner is Deepa Kiran.
Thank you so much for joining us here today, Ms. Kiran. I'd love to give you a minute to tell us how you fell in love with storytelling.
The story behind the storytelling.
Yeah, I always say that I could never come to the point. So that's why I'm a storyteller. Having said that, a quick story about the reason professionally I ended up taking it. I used to tell it to my students right from 2000. I had a kidney malfunction in 2008, and my cholesterol count was 600 plus. It's supposed to be below 200. And there were many other, strange stuff. And for 4 or 5 months, I used to take 80 tablets of steroids every day. And after that, I got fed up. And I thought, I want to do something that I really love before God knows what might happen. And in the small town called Devlali in Maharashtra, my elder son is here, he was there, and my little one just tagged them along with me, hired a little hall, and put up posters in the marketplace, announced a storytelling and dance camp for children, because I realized that'll make me happy. It's just something that makes me happy. I said, if I get 15 registrations, great. After 28, I had to refuse. I did a 3-week summer camp with 28 children, had so much fun, told them stories, danced, did craft work, and they performed on the final day. The next checkup, my doctor said, you're perfectly fine. I can't even give you a single tablet more. Yeah. I remember someone asking me that, how do you know it's because of storytelling? I'm like, you go and research. I'm certain that is because of storytelling that I recovered and never wanted to give it up. But what I'm most thankful for is fantastic support I've received from the world randomly for the work, including, I have to mention, Telangana Social Welfare Residential Institution, or the Central Tibetan Administration, Azim Premji Foundation, Rainbow Homes, Plan India. They just came forward, trusted the work that me and my team can do. And another thing is the children themselves. Our very first camp, we went there with our great agenda. We're going to do this. The volunteers are very excited, and the children had this. We could smell the stink. They were so pissed. They were like, we've been forced to come to this storytelling summer camp and English teaching camp. We want to go home. We wanted our holidays at home. Their exams were just over. We didn't know, all our excitement died. We just put aside our entire plan. We gave them drawing books and colors and said, if you could be where you want to be, if you could do what you want to do, what would it be? Just draw. So the entire morning session was children drawing, and then sharing the stories with each other. And from there, we moved to writing, we moved to reading, and at the end of 15 days, it ended up being a great camp. So I think my inspiration is really life. It's all of the wonderful people who have come. It's art, it's beauty, it's joy. And this chance that life is giving me to dance the music that my heart hears. So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Food for Thought. Really inspired by everybody.
Thank you, Deepa, for not just you actually creating dance and music for everybody else. And it's indeed an amazing story as to how one can, in all this talk of mental wellness, etc., I think that's what really made a difference when you got into it. Thank you for sharing. We now move to our next category, innovative library format.
I would like to thank Shefali ma'am, Srini sir, and Madhavi ma'am for inviting me. And I was just saying, Shefali ma'am, that if somebody gets lost or sometime wanted to get inspired in anywhere in the world, this is the one place they can just come here and listen to the stories, and they get back to their old fashion or get to the new life, is what I was just sharing with Shefali. And Green Gold being very close to the children animation movies and the episodes, I think I would suggest our CEO to listen to these stories and see if we can do something about it. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, and great job by Food for Thought. Thank you.
Thank you, Meher. We now move to the innovative library format. The nominees: Bakul Foundation from Odisha, beverages refrigerator, tree trunk, old discarded bus. Patuli Street, Kolkata, very close to where I stay. Discarded boats, Kanika Wildlife Range from Odisha. Chai stall with books to read, Chai Pe Charcha, Chai Pe Padhna, Agra. Before I announce the winners, may I also request Dr. KP from Ankura, and do we have Amrita from Coromandel? And the winner is Bakul Foundation. Big round of applause.
Bakul Foundation is basically a volunteer movement. I'm just the face of the work that many volunteers do. I'm very happy that two of them are here, Debajyoti and Nilanjana. See, when we set up libraries, our job was to, get children and adults fall in love with books and reading. And we realized that we have to create readers, because people were not really in love with reading, not as many people as we wanted. And so we had to think of different ways in which we could get people interested in reading and get them attracted to come to books. And so the thought came of, how do we present books to them? So it started with different kinds of bookshelves in our libraries, like a bookshelf looking like a bookman and other things. And then we thought it started with, we were setting up some libraries in cyclone-affected villages, in primary schools. And there were very few books in Odia. It had to be one bookshelf. And then we thought, instead of just a regular bookshelf, maybe we use a refrigerator. We convert it into an artwork, got artists to paint them. And as I said, refrigerators, food for thought. Again, children associate refrigerators with wonderful, delicious ice creams, cold drinks, everything. And then later on we did, we started having libraries in public spaces. So again, beverages refrigerator with a glass door where you can see the books. These are unmanned libraries where anyone can take up a book, take it away, drop a book, similarly with a tree trunk, so in different hearts, in market spaces, in public parks. So that's something that we've been doing. We are hoping that, I was asked, what is the dream library? There is no dream library that we have in mind. Our dream would be to have a network of libraries so that wherever people go, our books would be there. You cannot escape books. So that's what we would like to create. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bakul Foundation, I just want to let you know, I definitely have a dream on a beach side, on a hammock, having a book and reading. Hopefully someday I'll benefit from the Bakul Foundation work, maybe in a Puri beach or something. Our next category, Reading for Pleasure School, recognizes schools that promote reading habits. So important, especially in these days where everybody is hooked on to mobiles and gadgets and really missing out on the joy of reading. Forget the benefits, I think the sheer joy of reading. The nominees, Bridges Learning Vidyalaya from Pondicherry, Special Educational School, Kedri Vidyalaya Palwal, integrating technology and library programs, Sanjay Kumar Rajesh Bhai Sachdev. Looking at not just children, but parents, grandparents, how do you create reading as a movement, making reading a community activity? That's the work Sanjay does. Alt School Chennai, just going beyond the schoolroom, specifically designed for children in the 5 to 17 age group. Yellow Train Coimbatore. Today now you find a lot of fancy coaches on the railway tracks. And a lot of times these coaches, after some time, they don't have any use. They have actually used the coach and converted into a place for reading. The nominees have seen. Winner, please. The Yellow Train. May I request the team from Yellow Train?
I'd now like to invite Ms. Mayura from the Yellow Train School to tell us a story of how that train library came to be.
Good evening. I'm just a representative from the school. Our founder read this book, Toto-chan, A Little Girl at the Window, when she was 12. And in that story, there is a school set up in a railroad carriage. And from then on, she's had this dream to have a school with a bogie. And that came to fruition, I think, in 2012, when we managed to get a bogie into our school from an abandoned bogie into our school. And we thought, as a school which loves books, it's no better place to have the library. So we opened the library in the bogie.
Thank you, Shefali, and thank you, Srini, for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to congratulate all the winners today, and it's a great work you guys are doing. I hope you continue to do that. And this is the first time I'm participating in literary festival, and I hope I'll continue to do so in the future as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kiran. And before you go, I just want to make a request, if it's not already done. I think in all the Ankara hospitals, let's have a Food for Thought Foundation library. We now move to the next category. I Am Bond. We all have heard of James Bond. Now here we are talking of the Bonds who are promoting reading. The first category, I Am Bond under 18. Well, let's look at the nominees. Aradhna Umesh from Ghaziabad, Adiba Riaz from Jammu Kashmir, youngest author of Union Territory at JNK. KV Sai Vishrut from Chennai, One Book, One Tree, combining both reading and awareness on ecology. Nayab Suhail from Srinagar, interesting, 2 nominations from that part. Already written 3 books. Riaz Maruf Hassan from Odisha, web show and developed by children. What all the kids are doing actually. Zach Sangeet from Bangalore, world's youngest historian, youngest commissioned non-fiction author. I don't know what all if you can add youngest, if you really probe into. And look at the stuff that he has done actually. To present these awards, may I request Mr. R.K. And the winner is Zach Sangeet. Just see the confidence.
Congratulations once again to Zach. I'd love to invite him.
When I was a 6-year-old boy, my beautiful mother and my father had come back from a trip to Paris. My mother was showing me the pictures of her trip, and one of the pictures she showed me was that of the Mona Lisa. I was a curious young boy, and I immediately delved into how exactly did the Mona Lisa become so famous? Why was it so famous? And every day, I would begin writing. I would try to understand how exactly can I make the long-winded, verbose story of the Mona Lisa simple and easy to understand. And slowly, my interest started expanding. From the Mona Lisa to its artist Leonardo da Vinci, to the age in which it was painted, the Renaissance, to other Renaissance artists, and slowly to the whole of world history. And it is when I started simplifying long-winded, verbose history into a simple 3 points. It is after I wrote so many hundreds of essays of these capsules of history, distilled into 3 points, that HLF, the second largest publisher in the world, contacted me and had my first book, World History in 3 Points, published. I still had a lust to write more. And after writing more essays, my second book, More World History in 3 Points, was published. I would like to end by saying that today I have only one goal. That everyone in the world knows who Hammurabi is, what the Reformation is, what the Industrial Revolution is, who Leonardo da Vinci is, what the Mona Lisa is, who Amenhotep is, who Ramses is, who all the great people, all the great events of history. I want everybody in this room, in the world, to know what it is or who it is. Thank you.
Amazing job.
Huh? That's a photo. That's, I think one. Come.
What you're doing with Book Depot is beautiful.
Just see the energy, enthusiasm, ambition. I think all the people sitting here, some of us may have heard of Mona Lisa, may not have heard of Mona Lisa. But today we're going back definitely having heard Zach Sangeet. Absolutely. And he's not stopped. The third book is on the way. We now move to the next category, which is I am born above 18. Can we look at the nominees, please? Baby Haldar, Kolkata. Domestic helper turns into best-selling author. Mr. Sridharan from Kerala, 25 years of life, writing dictionary in 4 languages. Prasad Prabhakar, again in terms of looking at initiatives like Granth Tula, 300 plus libraries. Sandeep Kumar from Chandigarh, Raddi Se Siksha Book Bank, very interesting concept. Vikram Kumar from Mumbai, hole-in-wall learning station, very, very famous, very, very well known. And the winner, Baby Haldar. Yes. Yeah. So Baby could not join us, but we have a representative from her side.
Is Miss Divya, Baby Haldar's publisher, and we'd love it if you could give us some insight on how you discovered her and what about her talent stood out to you.
Yeah, thank you for this. I work with Zuban Books, which is who published Baby Haldar's book called A Life Less Ordinary. The book has also been translated into 21 languages, including Japanese and Korean. And Zuban Books is a feminist publication house based out of Delhi, and I work with them. So Baby could not join, but if you just need to read one line out of her journey, and you would be motivated to read her book. Just to give you a brief, Baby was working as a domestic worker in someone's house who had a lot of books and a library, and he noticed that she has been very much interested in books, and then he started asking her to start reading in the house while she's working. And on his trip to South India, he got a book and some books to her and gave her a notebook and a pen, and then she started writing. And within days, she finished writing 100 pages, and her book is out in the world. The original publication is called Alo Andhari, which has been translated to English called A Life Less Ordinary. I think you have Baby's. So you will be hearing Baby herself. Yeah.
नमस्ते सारे फाउंडेशन के टीम को नमस्ते। मैं आप सबको बहुत मिस कर रही हूँ। मैं किसी भी कारण आ नहीं पाई हूँ, इसके लिए सॉरी, माफ़ी चाहती हूँ। और सारे जजेस को थैंक यू जो मुझे इस अवार्ड के लिए चुने, इस लायक समझे, इसके लिए सारे जजेस को बहुत बड़ा थैंक यू। और मेरे तरफ से दिव्या मेरा अवार्ड लेने गए हैं, तो मेरे तरफ से दिव्या जी को भी बहुत बड़ा थैंक यू। मैं बहुत मिस कर रही हूँ, आप सबको मिस कर रही हूँ। तो आई लव यू, थैंक यू, सॉरी। मैं आगे कभी मौका मिले तो आप सबको मिलने का ज़रूर मैं चाहूँगी, मिलना चाहूँगी। नमस्ते।
I think I would also like to thank Divya. I wish more and more publishers come forward and encourage people like this. So kudos to you also, Divya. And definitely, I'll get back to Calcutta in the next 2 days and look forward to meeting Baby. We now move to the next category, which is again a very special award. This is the Special Jury Award. And intent again is to sort of really recognize inspiring work done. And you've seen the work done by him in the previous section also. Just to sort of again, Mr. Sridharan. I think it was mentioned in the beginning also. Translating words into 4 different languages. where you can actually compare and contrast and understand. May I request Shefali and Kiran to please come on stage. Big round of applause.
Thought Foundation Director Madhvi Garu, other directors, Priyamaina Sabudi Garu, మీ అందరికీ నా హృదయం నిండిన ధన్యవాదాలు. నాకు తెలుగు చదవడం రాయడం తెలుసు, బాగా తెలుసు. బట్ చదవడం మరిచిపోయింది వాకు మరిచిపోయింది. చదవడం సారీ പിന്നെ నేను చేసిన చదువు భాష నిఘంటు తెలుగు, తమిళు, కన్నడ, మలయాళం, కేరళలో భాషా ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఆవిష్కరించినది. నేను అది రాసియది నాకు അല്ല പിന്നെ മലയാളം കഴിയുന്നതും പിന്നെ തെലുങ്കിൽ തന്നെ പറയണമെന്നുണ്ട് എനിക്ക്. പക്ഷേ ഇത് പിന്നെ രാസിന പിന്നെ ഒരു തുലനാത്മക പഠനം, അതായത് അതിൻ്റെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് എനിക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നില്ല. ദൊരക്കതു പിന്നെ కంపారిటివ్ స్టడీ అని ఉద్దేశంతో నా చదువు భాష నిఘంటు రాశాడు. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ പിന്നെ ദ്രവിഡിയൻ ലിംഗ്വിസ്റ്റിക് അസോസിയേഷൻ నాకు ബഹുമതി ലഭിച്ചിരുന്നത്. പിന്നെ మాట్లాడాదు അതുകൊണ്ട് దానితో నా കൂടുതലൊന്നും പിന്നെ మాట్లాడలేదు. మీరందరికీ నా ధన్యవాదములు అండ్ కృతజ్ఞతలు. ఇನ್ನು భాగ్యం ఉందైతే నాకు ఇನ್ನು కలుస్తాం.